So the Green Forest has already been out for a while, probably you've had time to explore, you've had time to encounter some of these bosses, and the guys from Raid have tasked us, certain content creators, to make specific videos about specific bosses. Today my job is to teach you, to show you exactly how this boss works, ISETH, so you know all the tips and tricks, all the ins and outs, and the exact type of champions you need to bring with you in order to beat her the easier way. Let's have a look at it. Hi, Senda here and welcome to another raid video. In this video I'm gonna be showing you exactly how am I gonna beat her, the strategy you need to bring, and like I said, what are the best champions in order to do so you don't make mistakes either picking them or bringing them in your team, and also selecting them when you need to fight this specific boss. She's not incredibly difficult, but she can be very annoying if you don't have the things required. There's one or two things that are especially useful, and without these things, pretty much good luck, because she's gonna be healing crazy amount. So let's jump right in, let's go in the game, let's explore in the forest, and like I said, it depends when do you tackle this content. I mean, you can do it faster in the beginning, or you can take your time, explore more of parts of the forest, increase your level, find some more curios, and obviously increasing more stats is going to be easier to beat because you're going to be hitting harder, you're going to be faster, more accuracy, more resistance, and so on. This boss, you can find it in two ways. I mean, now I'm going to be showing you in the hard mode, which is this one that I'm in, and there's also two versions. One that is her on her own, like as a boss itself, which is here, which is going to be level 350 with all the stars, or you can find her, if you decide to leave her alive, you can find her when you fight Lesion. It will be one of these bosses. As you can see, the rest of the bosses, they're not all 6 stars, so this version here is going to be slightly weaker, slightly easier than the version we're going to fight on her own. However, the problem here is not her on her own, is that there is 4 of these mini bosses plus the big guy, which is Lesion. So I'm going to be showing you the exact strategy that you need to bring when you need to fight her, but it's going to work also if you fight her with Lesion, because the strategy and the debuffs you need are exactly the same. So let's come here, let's have a look at the champions I chose. These are the options I had. There's obviously a lot more different champions. Don't worry, I'm going to be showing you exactly different replacement, different champions that you can bring along in case you don't have the ones you see. Probably even Errol is not necessary, you can bring something you have, for example, a Michelangelo. In this case, I've only bought Lily 2 that is a bit special because she's a reviver, but Morrigan was a fusion, Lydia was another, it's a free champion, this Michelangelo was for free, and Leo, if you save shards, you probably got it in the event with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. However, there's a lot of exceptions, there's a lot of different combinations, and the most important piece of advice I can give you is that to beat this boss the easy way, you need 2 debuffs. You need block buffs, and you need heal reduction, especially the strong version. Why? Because this champion, this enemy, this boss, she places 4 continuous heals on all allies, and every time she hits us with the A1, she's gonna activate a continuous heal. 4 continuous heal of 15% means 60% of the boss's HP, which is a lot. And she places 4 of these for 3 turns and activates them at the same time. Also, on top of this, she's going to be able to place block passive skills, so it can be quite tricky with champions like Morrigan, but there is some other options, especially free options, that are amazing for this boss and that you probably have, for example, Leminisi. I didn't choose her for this rotation, but she does both things in one skill, which is this A3. Every 3 turns, so really good, does heal reduction and block buffs. Why do you need block buffs? Because in this case, you can deal with the continuous heal in 2 different ways. So let's start the boss, and I'm going to explain you a bit as it develops. So basically, you have 2 ways to protect yourself, or to prevent, in that sense, from the boss healing 60% of HP every single time. The first time, or the first one of them, is applying, like Morrigan is gonna do at some point soon, hopefully, this. The amazing thing of Morrigan is that she has 2 things in one. The first one is that passively, she places heal reduction for 2 turns at the beginning of her turn, which means that unless she has a block passives, and then you can deal with these block passives in different ways, you can put Morrigan with a lot of resistance, you can have her like I have here, with the block debuffs buff from Lily2, so in this case she's also going to be immune to that block passives. But if the boss blocks her passive, the good thing is that we have 2 turns, but also on the other hand, the advantage of having it passive is that she's gonna do it automatically every single time. On top of that, the A2 from Morrigan, she's gonna be able to steal buffs. So if you don't have Lydia or if you don't have any other champion, you can do it with heal reduction, this one here, but it's gonna be slightly trickier because you need to make sure that this debuff is up 100% of the time. Actually, the more turns it has, the better, the safer for you. So you can combine any champion with a heal reduction and also a champion able to extend the duration of debuffs. There is plenty of these. You have Vizier of Elis, you have Narma the Return. There's plenty of champions that are able to increase the duration of the enemy debuffs. This is on one side, this is one way of doing it, having heal reduction and then increasing the duration of it until the end, as much as you want. And in that case, the boss, it doesn't matter how many continuous heal she places, is not gonna matter because she's not gonna heal anything at all. That's the only thing. I mean, the boss doesn't hit especially hard. The problem with her is that she heals a lot, and we need to prevent her healing. The other option is, for example, bringing someone like Lydia. If you're able to place block buffs, it's exactly the same thing. If you place block buffs, the boss is not going to be able to heal, and since the boss is not going to be able to heal, slowly is going to be decreasing in health. In this case, in this particular setup, for example, this is what I told you about Morrigan before. If the boss has a lot of continuous heals, you can just take them. You steal them, and this is one way of doing it, and especially extra powerful if you combine it, like I said, with a block debuff and block buffs. So if you combine these two, this is pretty much the 2 debuffs that you need to have. If you have these two 100% of the time, this fight is a piece of cake. Then the rest of the champions you need to bring is basically just damage dealers. I'm gonna leave this on auto. Hopefully they do it correctly and there's no massive, nothing crazy. But as you can see, it's a fairly easy boss if you have either 2 of these skills. The rest of the champions can literally be whatever. You can bring healers, for example, I don't know, any other champion, for example, a Donatello is also going to be very useful. Literally any other champion able to keep the heals going in your team is going to be really helpful. Any champion able to increase the duration of debuffs is going to be very helpful because you don't need to worry about the block passive skills or literally anything. Another champion that's also really interesting and really powerful here is Lord Skull Vargal, the legendary champion from the Lizardman. He's going to be hitting on the A1 all the time, and he's going to be placing the heal reduction also all the time. So it makes this life very easy as long as you have these 2 debuffs. You don't need to have Lydia, you don't need to have Morrigan. Like I said, Leminici is 2 in 1. You can put Leminici, any champion able to increase the duration of debuffs, and this boss is a piece of cake. Obviously, the more champions you have, the more options of different champions you're gonna have to fight to encounter this boss. Like you see, any of these champions, I mean, I could probably even remove Lily2 and put, I don't know, Pythion, for example. He's also able to clean debuffs, he's also able to place block debuffs, so there's a lot of different options. In this case, I don't have that many options, but for example, I don't know, Warlord could also do a good job. He's also able to heal, he's also able to extend the duration of debuffs on the A1. Amazing. I mean, he could do a lot of things. You don't have Lydia, no problem. You can bring something else, another champion also able to place block buffs. So as you can see, there's a lot of different options, but these 2 debuffs are a must. Or not even the 2 of them, only one of them. One of them and extend it until the end and you're good to go. And as you can see, the boss barely has a chance, it's not hitting us very hard. We're completely blocking her. Actually, she would be, if we have to choose, she would be one of the easiest one to face if we decide to take on Lesion directly, and for some reason we want to leave her alive. As long as you have these 2 debuffs, you're fine. She's not going to be able to apply any debuff on the enemies or anything like that. Obviously, on this fight, we're going to need AoE block buffs, we're going to need AoE heal reduction. It's a bit more complicated, but to prevent her from being super annoying against any of our champions, this is the easiest way. Block buffs, and you're pretty much good to go. Because the boss is not gonna clear herself, the boss is not gonna do anything crazy. Trying to hit her on max HP damage is not really worth either, because she has a special passive that says that they are immune to damage dealt based on damage on enemies max HP. So champions like Marius, champions like Royal Guards, Geomancer, all these kind of champions are not going to be as powerful, but you don't need to. I mean, you just can hit her with champions that hit really hard. Damn, this Michelangelo hits really hard, and it was a free champion. So I'm gonna show you finally these champions that I used, so you can get a bit the glimpse of stats. You don't need these stats. I mean, you don't need that much. You need to be able to just place the debuffs, which means one of the champions, or the champion that needs to apply the debuffs, needs to be quite fast and has enough accuracy. So in this case, 526 is more than enough, 275 is not even too fast, she doesn't even have my best gears, she doesn't even have the masteries. I mean, you don't even need to. Other champions, for example, Leo is geared pretty good. You don't need to have a champion. You don't even need him. You just need someone able to deal damage. The same with Michelangelo. Is without chest. I mean, I've been doing this without the chest plate to show you that it doesn't need to have crazy stats. I mean, 6,700. It's not crazy. He doesn't even have 100% of crit. I don't know where his chest plate is. Probably I put it in another champion. Then Lydia, you just need her to be fast and to have enough accuracy, and you're good to go. And like I said, any other champion, for example, I had the Lemnisci, which I think I showed you before, which is right here. Like I said, you only need her to be fairly fast, have enough accuracy, that's it. Or even School Lord. Again, around 500 accuracy, you're more than good to go. So hopefully this guide showed you a bit the correct strategy, what kind of champions and what kind of debuffs you need to beat this guy. And as you've seen, it's not been very complicated, at least on her own. So if this video has helped you, give a like, give a subscription. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll leave here a recommended video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.